Hey guys, so usually I make a daily video, but I don't know if I can maintain that. It's a lot of work. I just wanted to share with you guys a lot of the things that I've been thinking about. So I personally am not a financial advisor. I don't know what I'm doing. I mention in every video, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just sharing with you what I'm doing. And as I learn, I share with you. I do believe in FEG and Safe Moon. I do think that they have an interesting cause. Well, I believe in Safe Moon more than FEG. FEG is supposed to have an exchange, and they do have like the swap page and things like that. So it looks a little bit more promising than the new ones that are coming out. Like Safe Mars actually looks a little promising as well. Safe Moon and Safe Mars. But then everything else after that, I'm kind of like skeptical about. There's Safe and Easy, there's Pig Token, there's Hummingbird, there's papel or papel, which I just got because it has a logo from The Money Heist, and I really like the movie The Money Heist. And that one is interesting because it's supposed to give to charitable foundations as well. There's one called Charitas. So there's this guy who posts all the new tokens. So you can get in early, make your money, and get out. Now, some people say these are pump and dump schemes. So I'm a little hesitant. I mean, I'm making great money on Safe Moon, but and Safe Mars, but I'm a little hesitant on that because I believe in karma. And I do understand that the stock market and crypto work exactly the same. People get in early. When everybody else gets in, the people that got in early make their money, they sell, the price drops. Sometimes it goes up even more, like Bitcoin and Ethereum, because it's based on technology and something that's functional that people can actually use. And then sometimes it's just a pump and dump scheme. And I feel like some of the newer ones that are basically, a lot of them are now being based on charities and trying to use a charity to give the token validity. But I prefer to invest in technologies that are going to grow. Like I like XRP, I like VeChain. I've done my research on that. Multivac seems pretty cool. There are some really good technological ones, or technology-based companies. This girl put me onto Helium. That seems pretty cool. If you look it up, you actually can mine your own crypto. They send you a machine, and it also acts as a mobile hotspot. So those are the ones that I prefer to invest in early. These, like every time I look at this guy's page, and I'll put the link to his website below, he's always promoting a new website and a new crypto. And it's always on like the Binance chain with wait, what's that thing called? PancakeSwap. Or Uniswap and MetaMask. And the thing that concerns me about it is that I was reading an article that sometimes if you connect your wallet, okay, so you know like how I always say, go to the website, click the link, it'll add the token to PancakeSwap, and then you can connect your wallet to PancakeSwap. Someone was saying that if you connect your wallet directly to the website to buy the token, which I would never do. I did try to do that to stake FEG, but FEG seemed like a legitimate company. But every time I tried to stake it, it kept saying that they were having issues with the staking, like it's on pause. So the article was saying that a lot of these websites will have you link to your wallet, then they hack your wallet and they take everything. So that's why I don't trust soft wallets. I like to put everything in a hard wallet. But a lot of these new coins don't have the software yet for you to add it to your hard wallet, so they have to stay in the soft wallet. So like if you have a spouse and they have a soft wallet, maybe you should just buy all your currency with one and then transfer the other one for security. Or if you have two cell phones, because some people have a work phone and some people have a regular phone, then you can have two accounts and you can put one on one phone and the other one for purchasing. Highly recommend that. If you're like me and you only have one, you just have to wait for your wallet to be able to take that coin, then you sit here and waiting. I do have a few other wallets, but I just don't know if they're going to take those coins. Because they say that they take like ERC20 coins, but I always get scared because I don't want to get wrecked. You know, where like you send your stuff somewhere and then it's gone. I think I'm using Rect correctly. If I'm not using Rect correctly, please let me know. I thought it was like if you send your money somewhere and it gets lost, or if you invest in something and then everything drops, you know, you lose all your money. But yeah, they've been talking about how a lot of these new coins are pump and dump coins. And I wanted to just make you guys aware of that because I don't want anyone to get screwed over or think that I'm trying to screw you over. I don't know anything about these companies. They're just as new to me as they are to you. Some of these are just a few days old, so we know nothing about them. But a lot of people are saying that they come out so quickly and they all have the same kind of background. They have no white papers. So a lot of people are saying if there's no white paper and there's no future for the company and it's not based on technology, you shouldn't invest in it. But then you look at something like Dogecoin. I was looking at their white paper. It's 7 pages long, and that really has no function either. But I mean, like, I bought their sweatshirt, Hoj Nation. They sell it on Amazon. I'll put the link below. And I even got a Safe Moon t-shirt, which is awesome because it says, forget 401k, I have Safe Moon, which is what a lot of people were saying about GameStop. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention was this bull run is very different from all previous bull runs because financial institutions are getting involved. So because of what happened with GameStop, a lot of financial institutions lost billions of dollars. So now they're trying to regain that money. So they got into the crypto realm. They're using these exchanges where they can buy with their, you know, like, because they know the tactics, the limits, the stop, the puts, the this, the that, whatever. They make all their money, right? So they get in, they do what they did in the stock market. They hype up a coin. They get people to invest in it. And they, you know, like, they already bought a bunch. They hype that coin up. Then they sell millions of shares. The price drops. They get their money back. And then the generic public is left to wait until something, you know, it hodls. Like, not hodl. Hodl. They can either hodl, HODL, which is like hold, but whatever. Until the price goes up again, or they just lose everything. Because most people, when the price starts going down, they freak out and they sell. That's how most people make their money. We make the money off of you being scared. People like me, we hold, and then when the price goes up, then we sell. And if it's a good company like a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Aave, the price goes up. You know, Urine Finance, things like that. There's a lot of other coins that are very expensive. They're like tens of thousands of dollars, but not a lot of people talk about them, right? So I'm really looking more for technology-based companies as of now. I did get into this whole craze. I bought all those coins I told you about. And I'm just waiting to see what happens. I'm like, you know, why not? Because what if one of those coins gives me like 10 to 50 or 100, $200,000? Whatever, I'll take it, you know? But you also have to understand that the majority of the stock market, like, people call them Ponzi schemes, because the people who get in early make all the money. The people who get in late lose all the money, right? That's basically with anything in life, anything you invest in. People who got in real estate in the 50s and 60s made far more money than the people who are getting into real estate now, right? Anything in life, just because of inflation and the price of things. You know, I really do like my grapefruit beer, Schafferhofer. So good. Today's a hot day, so it's very refreshing. So that's just the way of life. Like, whoever gets in late always loses. And it sucks. But that is how people make money. It has to be a balance. Like, how else are you going to make money? Unless you're producing a product and that product is yielding income. So originally stocks were created so people can own a piece of the company and then get a piece of the profits that were left over at the end of the year. So you bought into a company so you can every year get, residual income off of the dividends. Then they stopped giving out dividends with some companies, and then it was just the stock price. So as the price went up, you made more money. That's when I think the Ponzi scheme started with the stock market. However, a lot of people say that it has something to do with that. It has to do with the fact that you get a vote. Because you have a share, every share gets a vote. I have partial shares in certain companies, and then I have full shares in certain companies. Every year I have to vote. Every quarter, anytime that there's something, a proposition that comes up, you get to vote. So what a lot of people do now is they buy stocks in a company. Them and their friends get a bunch of stocks until they have the majority, and then they can direct how that company works. They can decide who sits on the board, who's not on the board. Those people make a lot of money that are on the board. Who is the financial company that manages their books. They, vote on propositions of compensation and a bunch of other things. So now it's more of like a power poll, where people are investing in companies because they want to own that company. Some people invest like Amazon and Tesla because they want to own, own the shares because the shares go up and then they make more money when they sell it, right? Some people want to get in because they get a say in what happens if you have their vote. Some people get in because some companies pay dividends. With crypto, it's very different. You're investing in the belief of a company, hoping that the price will go up and then you can get out. Some people use it as tokens because in order for you to use that particular product, you need to have the tokens. So you buy the tokens, the value of the token goes up. You can either sell it or use it for whatever it was intended for. Some people use it as currency, right? So now we're finding that you're able to pay for things with crypto. So then there's that. Some people use it for gas fees. You know, like with Ethereum, you need Ethereum to pay the gas fees. You know, so they're utility tokens. There's a purpose. But a lot of these meme tokens like Dogecoin and some other ones, there's no purpose. They're trying to create purpose by saying, oh, we donate to charities or we do this. We're burning this amount and, you know, we're charging you a tax for this amount and then we distribute it amongst people. But are they distributing all of it or are they keeping some of it? And if they do keep some of it, you know what I mean? Like, how does that work? You know, does this make sense? So I wanted you guys to really, like, because I figured this all out on my own. You know what I mean? Like, the moment I got into Safe Moon and I'm like, yay, FEG, yay. And then I saw Safe Mars and I'm like, oh. Then I saw Safe and Easy and I'm like, oh. Then I saw Pig Token and I'm like, and Hummingbird and I'm like, wait a minute. This is too many. Too many, too fast. This can't be right, you know? So right away, I knew something was off. And then they came out with Elongate. And I bought that too. Fuck it, right? I'm buying all of it. I don't give a shit. It's like, excuse my language, right? Let's just see. But you see, I'm only putting in like literally $2 to $10, at most 15. I think Safe Moon, I put $76 and I'm up like $1,200 right now. So I can care less. If I cash out right now, I'm at peace, but I'm going to hold on for the long haul. But just to let you guys know, like, when you're investing, when they say, you know, there's a risk in investing, it's like gambling, you could lose it all. What they're literally saying is all the people that got in before you are probably going to cash out before you do. So just keep that in mind. You could lose this all, you know, but then now that you learned your lesson, you're going to try and get in early like the other people did. And then, you know what I mean? So it's like a learning lesson. Like, you lose, you learn, and you either get in the game and start making profits or you get out. Those Wall Street people, they were winning for a very long time and they got screwed over with GameStop. But trust me when I tell you, the scales were balanced. Not completely, not even close to what they should have been, but they were balanced a little bit. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know anything about, you know, Wall Street, or the things that I've told you are only things that I've heard in conversation and videos and from people that I know. So that's what I'm sharing with you. I am not an authority on anything, but I just thought that we as a community should be talking about these things. And I do love the fact that you guys, thank you for all the comments, are leaving comments and creating like a little community belief. So rock and roll to you guys. Yeah, that's basically it. I just wanted to share that with you guys. I think I covered everything I wanted to talk to you guys about. So if you do want to hear about the new coins that are coming out, there's one called LLT, which has to do with cancer research or children in cancer or sick kids or something like that. It's very similar to a deflationary token, but part of the burn and part of that tax goes towards donations. Charitas, CHARITAS, they also do that. LLT is like Lifeline token. And then, so some of them, I mean, like Lifeline token, it's expensive though. It's like $1 or something each or more. It's up there. I would probably put in like $20 just because I have a soul and a heart. And I'm like, whatever, if I lose it, I fucking lose it. You know, but Charitas, I thought I bought and I never saw it pop up in my wallet. So that's one of the ones that I'd be iffy about. FEG, when I tried to stake it, it wouldn't let me. I got an error message. So I would be a little iffy about using the stake feature on their website, that when you go to FEGEX and then you could swap, or you can I wouldn't do that either. Or you can use the stake feature. Apparently when you stake, you're supposed to get BNB or Ethereum for free. And I wanted to stake so I can get free BNB so that I can actually use it to buy more crypto, right? But it wouldn't let me. So I would be wary about that. I don't know what's going on. It might be legit, but I'm just letting you know how I feel and what my intuition and my instincts are telling me. And I'm just wondering if there is, I wish I could create like an ERC20 wallet that you can just put tokens in. And then like a lot of these other people talk about how like you can add the token to PancakeSwap or Uniswap. I don't know how to do that. Like, I don't know how to add a token I put the address in and it's not adding. So I don't know how to add a token to any of these platforms. Like when you click add a token and then I put the address in, it's still not adding the token. So I'm very confused about that, because a lot of people will get the address from CoinGecko, you know, that you're supposed to use to identify the token or to buy the token. I think it's called the token contract. But again, that's just like too complicated for me. Like the way that I do it works for me. I just can't wait for like some of the other exchanges or wallets to start taking these new coins. I do believe personally in SafeMoon and FEG, just because I read the pages and I see what they're doing. I like it. It's just me. Hogecoin, I literally just jumped into because I was like, whatever, if I can make money off of it, let's do it. But I would be interested more in these technology-based companies that are actually going to do something that might actually be the monopoly in the long run. As you guys know, I love XRP. It dipped down. It's still like at $1. I got in at like 30 cents and 50 cents. So I'm really not excited about buying it at $1.36. But part of me really wants to spend $1,000 and buy more XRP, because it was designed to go up to $10,000. It's not. And I think at most it could go up to $1,000. It probably won't. But $100 would be nice, because think about it. If you have 1,000 shares at $100, it's $100,000, right? No, 100 shares at $1,000. 1,000 shares at $100 is $100,000. 1,000 shares at $1,000 is $1 million. So I'm banking or praying that it goes up to like 500 to 1,000, and that will change my entire life. And a lot of people's lives, to be quite honest, because there's a lot of people that got XRP as a stock incentive, not a stock incentive, as a bonus incentive, you know, for their annual bonus. I didn't. I had to buy all of mine. But I'm sure that the reason they got it is because they anticipated the price going high. Like, why else would financial institutions give that away as a bonus? You know, like, what better bonus to give than something that costs you 30 to 50 cents or less? Because some people got them for free. And some people bought them at like nothing, and only to know that it's going to blow up. And then Japan was just talking about how they're going all in. So there's going to be a huge surge. Supposedly, I don't know, this is what they're saying, in XRP, because Japan's going all in to use it for their banking systems and their systems in Japan. So part of me is like, girl, sell your turtle coin. That's the one that I put in $25 and I got like 1,000 out of. Because when they swap it to Turtle Coin 2, the price is going to drop, I'm sure. Because I don't think the utility or the price of Turtle Coin really reflects the utility of the token at the moment. But it's a great meme coin. People are making a lot of money off of it. You know, $25 to $1,000. I've already taken $200 out of it. So I got my money back. If I lose it all, I'm fine. So part of me is like, take that money and invest it into XRP. I might do that. And buy some BNB for the next big token that's coming out. This guy put out a new one. I think it's called like Mooney or MoonX or something like that. Then there's StormX, which I really want to get. I'm still having difficulty getting Ecomi because it has to be USDT. And it's like you have to transfer your coins so many times to get to USDT. Like I would have to transfer Turtle Coin to Bitcoin to USDT, or Turtle Coin to Bit or Ethereum to USDC to get to USDT to then it's like, and you pay all these exchange fees every time that you exchange currency. I'm like, oh my God, it's a lot of work, you know? And then I was thinking, oh, maybe Coinbase, but Coinbase only has USDC. So you can buy it, send it to, I guess you could send it to your wallet and then swap it for USDT and then use that. But I know Bitforex is one of the exchanges you could buy Ecomi. So you would have to it has to be sent to that wallet as USDT. So you would have to go, so I would think Coinbase to KuCoin, change it. Unless, I don't think you could do browsers inside of Coinbase. I don't know. I've never tried it. I wouldn't do that. I'm very protective of that wallet. If I did decide to, I wouldn't play with that wallet. I mean, I did use it to buy FEG. That's it. That's the only reason I use a Coinbase wallet. But I don't like, I like to keep everything separate. you know, like everything's separate. That way, if one thing gets hacked, not everything is gone. I'd like to diversify even where I keep my tokens, if that makes any sense. And I think that's it. I think I'm talking a lot, just babbling. But I'm probably going to try and get some Ecomi. I'm probably going to cash out on Turtle Coin. I have a really strong feeling it's going to jump up to $2,500 this summer. And part of me is going to be FOMOing, like, I should have stayed. But then part of me is like, no, because if I invest in XRP and XRP blows up, it's going to blow up way higher than Turtle Coin could have ever blown up. Not as high as SafeMoon. SafeMoon's really good, but I got in so early. Like right now, I would have to invest like $1,200 or $1,300 to get the same number of shares that I got in at like 75. And for me, that number matters to me. Like if I got in at like 30 cents and now it's like at $1 something, I won't buy more. I'm like, no, I'm looking for the next 30-cent one or the next less than a penny one. I'm really not trying to like invest a lot of money into anything. This is for me is just trial and error and the possibility of possibly changing my life in some capacity. I mean, and also keep in mind, you have to pay 50% capital gains tax on all these things. And some people are saying that you have to pay tax on even the exchange. So if you exchange Bitcoin to USDC, you have to pay for that. I don't know how that really works. Then you have to pay for it when you change it from USDC to USDT. Then you put it into, let's say, another exchange, and then you buy the Ecomi. Every time you exchange it, you have to pay money on it. That is not legal. That does not make any sense whatsoever. It is the same asset. There's no reason for them to do that. I don't think that you should be charged for anything until you cash out. But the problem is people are saying, oh, well, you can cash out by like paying for things with your crypto. Yeah, well, that's what they need to do with these businesses is hold them accountable for the accounting. You know, and some people are saying, oh, these exchanges have credit cards. Every time you use your credit card is when you get penalized or get taxed or whatever, or it gets reported that that's income because now you've converted it. I think it should be the final conversion because every time that you convert it, you're paying fees, you're losing money. You know what I mean? So it doesn't make any sense for them to charge you anything until you cash out the final time. Even if you buy property, for example, let's say now that they're starting to take, I think it was BAX or BAB or one of these tokens. Oh, I can't remember which one it was. I don't know if it was BAX, BAX, or if it was, I don't think it's basic attention token, or BTT, or Multivac. One of these tokens that I invested in, they are all about real estate transactions. So making it feasible for you to be able to pay your real estate transaction with your crypto. And I just thought that was fascinating. I was like, that is very interesting. So I kept those shares. I was like, I'm not touching those. And I don't think it was AdBank. Trust Wallet? No, not Trust Wallet. Utrust. I think it's Utrust. Utrust. I think that's the one. Look it up. I think it's Utrust that allows you to, that's trying to make it more secure to use crypto for real estate transactions. Now, if something like that happens, then yeah, you're going to pay taxes on the property, you know, and that whole entire closing fee and blah, blah, blah. But also, if that money that you used to buy that property was profit, your initial investment into that crypto should not be taxed, but anything over that should. Technically, legally. So it's the right thing to do, you guys. After this pandemic, a lot of people used government assistance. They got unemployment, they had food stamps, they had Medicaid, and I know a lot of people don't care about that. But you know what? Those are your gardeners, your housekeeper, the person that picks the fruit that you eat, the food that you eat, you know, the meat, everything that you consume. Those people are part of. And if you want to keep having that, you need to make sure that those people are taken care of, you know? So you have to pay your fair share of taxes. And I have no problem, even if I have a lot of money, I have no problem because I understand where the money goes. Some people steal it, like this last presidency. A lot of people stole a lot of money, you know, but they do it with every presidency. But I don't have a problem with my money going towards Medicaid and food stamps and housing. I really don't. I really don't. That's just me. Because I would rather it go there and have those people work to make my life easier. If that makes any sense. I know that sounds fucked up, but let's be real. You know, like people always talk about, oh, immigrants, we don't want them here. Who's going to pick the fruit? Americans don't want to pick the fruit. Americans don't want to be landscapers. Americans don't want to do the job. You want to kill cattle? You want to clean up the poop from the chickens and this and that? I don't want to do that. I don't know anybody who wants to do that. Even if they're out of work, they would rather be out of work than do that. So we need people to come in who are willing to do work like that. I'm not saying that's what immigrants do. There's so many immigrants that are so much smarter than we are. A lot of these tokens that we're buying in this crypto, they're made by immigrants who are like 30,000 times smarter than any American will ever be. Like, we have to outsource that technology. We bring Indians in and Chinese in to America to help us build our companies because we can't even train Americans that well. That's fucked up. That's the truth though. You know, when you work with these tech companies, because when I was an office manager at Uber, these engineers, like, they get imported. You know, a lot of the people in Silicon Valley are imported into the country. So when people talk about immigrants, it's like, slow your roll, buddy. You don't know what you're talking about. And secondly, you're not going to do the work that needs to get done in order for you to maintain your easy lifestyle. We're comfortable in America. Even the poorest person is more comfortable than the poorest person in a third world country. So we need those people. And I have no problem paying my fair share to keep them around so long as we can maintain the comfort that we have. And that's the truth, which is very similar to the Ponzi scheme. Very similar to other things that have happened in the past. This is just how it is. In order for you to have, other people have not. In order for you to succeed, other people must fail. In order for you to make money at the top, other people have to lose money at the bottom. It's sad, but it's a balance. But guess what? Everybody pays their dues at some point. I've gone through hell and back. I used to pack coffee at a coffee factory for like $15 an hour. 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. I was 34. I went from being an executive personal assistant to millionaires and billionaires, traveling to Switzerland and China, living the life, to packing coffee in a coffee factory. Like, I have been up and I have been down, and I have been up and I have been down. You know what I mean? I went from spending money on $1,000 dinners with friends, like I would spend $1,000, $2,000 to treat a bunch of friends out, to standing in line at the food pantry trying to get food because I didn't have any money because the pandemic happened, and I didn't have enough money in savings because I got into a car accident. I had to use that money to survive during the car accident. Then I had to take a loan out because I was healing from the 4 surgeries, back, neck, and knees. And then the pandemic hit and I had no money, and I had to stand in line in pain. I had to bring a stool, you know, to get food because I had no money. And then work picked up again. And then I got back into real estate because I was able to start showing apartments, you know, and doing things. And now I'm back on top. So life has ups and downs. Nothing is easy and nothing is guaranteed. So I don't mind paying my fair share because I've been up, I've been down, and I understand you could lose it all. So all I know is that when you're down, you realize how important it is to be kind and to share and to be helpful and to care for your neighbor. When you're up there, you don't care about other people. You kind of look down at people sometimes. Not everybody, but there are people that do that. I've always been humbled because I'm first generation American, you know, so my parents were immigrants, you know, and they worked their butts off and they were very successful at everything that they did. They were prestigious. They were socialites. But, you know, not everybody has that. And I saw that with my friends, and I saw that with people that I knew. And I experienced it myself. You know, like, just because you're American doesn't mean that you have all these privileges. Like, there's a lot of broke ass Americans out there. But yeah, so that's why I work so hard, and that's why I build the closets, because you can make anywhere from $600 to $1,200 in one day building closets. You work one day a week. Get excited. So I'm a hustler. I will work hard and I will do whatever I have to do to make the money that I make. And I'm talking way too long, so I'm going to go now. Bye.